A lot of stories make me angry, but few stories have made me as angry as this morning. Right, this is the fact that the government are going to allow pubs to stay open until 1 o'clock on match days, but only if England or Scotland reach the semi-finals of the Euros this summer.
Well, they open them in Wales and Northern Ireland till 1 o'clock.
Mark White is with us, Home and Security Editor. Can you just make me feel better about this, Mark? Because it makes me want to go and get a tannoy outside 10 Downing Street and say, don't give us these conditional treats and help the hospitality industry.
I think it's marvellous if someone gives me an extra couple of hours.
Me too.
Is it 2 hours?
But don't make it contingent on something I've got no control over.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, they do have control over licensing hours, effectively, so it is in their gift to give us these extra hours.
But based on whether England do well in the football.
And it used to be down to the local licensing authority, which is the local council.
Well, interesting. Let's just sort of handbrake turn, go back a little bit. So this is effectively if either England or Scotland get through to the latter stages of the competition. So it's the semi-finals on the 9th and the 10th of July, and then the final on the 14th of July. If either team or both teams are still in the competition, then we'll get 2 hours extra. The pubs will be able to open till 1 in the morning in England and Wales. However, we might have the situation where Scotland, the Scottish Government, are saying, well, it's up to local licensing authorities to decide that, nothing to do with us in central government. So you could have the bizarre situation if it comes to pass that they do very well in the competition, that Scotland is playing, say, in the semi-finals or the finals, let's hope so, then they can't drink until 1 in the morning in bars in Scotland, and then they're coming all over the border from my hometown and the Scottish borders, right over to Carlisle and Newcastle to enjoy their drink.
So what if they get into the quarter-finals and they're playing each other? The pubs aren't going to extend that?
Listen, this is it. The whole competition from the very first match in early June when it kicks off, then, of course, people, and mid-June, I should say, people will be at the pub. They will be enjoying themselves, and some bars already will have late licences. Yeah. So people will be able to enjoy the competition, but clearly this is going to be a countrywide relaxation of these powers to allow people to go out and drink.
Why are they doing this, Mark? Because also, do you know what? The government can't win either way. If England and Scotland do well and the pubs stay open, the government are then basking in a bit of reflected glory that they've had nothing to do with. They've not kicked those balls in the back of the net. And if we do badly and everyone's already depressed, they're going to be double punished by the government not letting them have an extra hour's drinking, 2 hours drinking.
Because they'll be watching whoever's in the final.
Well, yeah, there's no doubt that it would be a popular move for the government if the nation is caught up in Euro 2024 fever and we're doing well, either team or both teams in the competition, and there is a relaxation in the licensing laws. It's a kind of it's a no-lose situation.
Remind me, Mark, what happened last time? Because we got in the final, I do remember that, and I do remember watching it at a friend's house. I wasn't in a pub. Did they extend the licensing till 1 o'clock in the morning?
This is a thing that happens regularly. It happened during some of the royal celebrations, coronation, and I think the Queen's 90th birthday. There was a relaxation.
Really?
I know, you wouldn't expect...
the Queen down the pub. God, don't see her as having a pint.
So it's not without precedent. It has happened on numerous occasions. But, hey, I understand you're not very happy about it. But I think many people will be pretty happy at the opportunity to drink a couple of hours if they're given it.
Just do that anyway. Don't predicate it on whether we do well in the tournament. Just say, you know what, celebrate. Doesn't matter if it's Germany, France in the final, or if let's help the hospitality industry.
We might want to go to the pub and drown our sorrows if we lose.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, there's no doubt the hospitality industry have welcomed this move anyway, regardless. They're expecting a bumper summer because clearly you've got the Euros, you've got all the summer sports like Wimbledon and everything that takes place. Yeah. And then the key one, the Olympics, that are taking place in Paris. So hopefully, after a really difficult period, obviously COVID that they've gone through, but they've gone through a cost of living crisis as well, which has really affected trade with a very significant number of pubs, bars right across the country closing shop because they just can't afford to stay open.
Yeah, and part of the reason they
this is
can't
a
afford to
boost.
stay open is because of the amount of tax the government has put on alcohol.
Well, indeed.
But nobody will be mentioning that when the pubs are
Well, the
opening hours are
government
extended.
will certainly benefit from the extra revenue as well, because it'll come off in tax for them, so everybody wins.
Is Scotland going to get to the semi-final?
Well,
Just ask a football question.
I'm asking Mark, I wouldn't know the answer.
They've been playing quite well, so I certainly hope so.
Who's the manager of Scotland?
Oh, God. Don't ask me questions like that.
I know the England manager, Southgate, Gareth Southgate. I saw the play about him.
You saw a play. Steve Clarke, apparently, is a Scottish
Steve
manager.
Clarke, there we are. Who would have known that? You didn't know
I'm so
that?
out of tune.
Is he Scottish?
Become a southern softie these days.
I don't know.
No.
Well, we love you as a southern soft.
We do.